In the Snail Game's arsenal of military vehicles lies one of the most prolific and feared fighter aircraft in history. With tens of thousands of air-to-air victories, the Messerschmitt 109 earned a reputation of being a fearsome foe in the hands of a skilled pilot. Now you're in the cockpit of the legendary German fighter as it takes to the virtual skies in War Thunder. Experience the battle, dissect the tactics, grab a big mug of ale, and bear witness to the legendary Bf 109. February 26, 2023. War Thunder player Flat Chest Matter is playing in a 4-stack. However, all of her squadron mates got fucking owned by a T-18B. Outnumbered and outgunned, she's looking to make the best of an almost certain L. Below her to her 6 o'clock is a Yak 9P, a dangerous opponent that's a full BR rank above her Friedrich 109. The Yak 9P is evenly matched with the Friedrich in speed. However, it's more maneuverable, better in a climb, and better armed than the 109. Flat is completely outmatched. Flat eyes her opponent and sees that she has the advantage in airspeed. She banks left and noses up into a spiral, looking to trap her opponent into a stall. It's a classic Luftwaffe tactic called the rope-a-dope. As her adversary gets closer, she reverses and kicks right rudder to force her nose down. Her opponent turns straight up and avoids her guns, but suddenly a new threat emerges, the T-18B that murked her teammates. She gets lucky, and the T-18 misses. One shot from its 57mm cannon would tear her 109 to shreds. The Yak reverses and dives on her, scoring good hits on her engine cowling. Flat climbs to continue the scissors, but as the Yak briefly turns away, the T-18 turns into her, making this a 2-versus-1 fight. She manages to make the Swedish attacker overshoot. However, she only manages to get a brief gun solution, doing little damage. However, as she was fighting the T-18, the Yak has maneuvered onto her 6 o'clock. She responds with a dive, as her slightly more rugged airframe can handle higher speeds. Her only option is to force the Yak to overshoot. With heavy use of flaps, she succeeds, and is now saddled behind her opponent. The Yak bleeds its airspeed, desperately trying to get her to overshoot. She lands some solid hits, but not enough for a killing blow. She overshoots, and quickly climbs to regain the advantage. With a damaged engine, she isn't going to last much longer. The Yak uses its fantastic low-altitude performance to climb after her, and attempts a snapshot. The Yak misses, however a new threat emerges, a Mitsubishi Zero. Flat has only one option. She needs to take the Zero head-on, as she is no match for the agile Japanese fighter in a turn fight. The Zero avoids the challenge, and easily stays out of her guns. Stuck in a merge with a Yak and a Zero, her only chance at salvaging anything out of this match is securing her kill on the Yak. She turns her attention to the Russian, engaging in a scissors. The T-18 was there too. The Zero is saddled behind her now. It's all over for the Wolf Girl. Don't cry, she probably deserves it anyway. At least she got the Yak kill. First entering service in 1937, the Messerschmitt Bf 109 was the most advanced fighter at the time of its inception. It was fast, agile, and its fuel-injected DB601 V12 engine combined with its lightweight airframe gave it a spectacular climb rate. In May of 1940, a French-captured Émile variant was tested by pilots of the Royal Air Force and compared to their own fighters. In mock dogfights conducted between the captured Émile and British Hurricanes and Spitfires, RAF pilots found that while their aircraft were superior in horizontal turns, the 109 was faster and could outclimb them. However, as the war went on, the 109 became more and more outdated. The DB601 was replaced with a more powerful DB605, and later a water methanol fuel injection system was added to enhance the boost capabilities of the engine and maintained the aircraft's combat effectiveness in climb rate and speed. However, the continued upgrades added weight and sacrificed maneuverability. In War Thunder, the strengths and weaknesses are largely the same as they were fighting the Allies in the 1940s. You want to use your speed and climb rate to maintain an energy advantage and control the fight.
March 5th, 2023. War Thunder player Flat Chest Matter is flying the 109 G10. It's an old-school Air RB match, Allies versus Axis. In front of her is a Tempest here and an F4U here.
The Tempest is turning in towards her, while the F4U is flying straight, unaware of the approaching Wolf Girl. Flat's teammates are behind her. Rather than engage the aggressive Tempest, she will fly past him, allowing her teammates to engage the threat from a superior altitude while she takes care of the F4U trying to climb. She informs her teammates that she's attacking the Corsair and keeps her eye on the Tempest, ready to turn in if she gets engaged. The Corsair doesn't see her until it's too late. 30mm cannon shells rip into the Corsair, ripping its wing off and killing the pilot. She immediately looks behind her to check on the Tempest and sees it diving to the deck with her friendly 109s in pursuit. She's free to engage a new target. She sees an F-82 below her and hastily rolls over and dives. She lines up a shot and scores critical hits and pulls up to climb back to altitude. However, she spots something that quickly changes her mind. The Tempest is on her teammate 6. She quickly breaks left and maneuvers for a shot on the Brit. The Tempest sees her and dives, jinking to stay out of her guns. But Flat makes a mistake. She's going too fast and she overshoots, coming within feet of a mid-air collision. Overshooting your opponent is a critical mistake when the relative speed difference between both aircraft is low. No matter which direction moves, the Tempest is now on her 6, and she is defensive. However, just as she chased the Tempest off of her teammate 6, she trusts her teammates to do the same. She enters a climbing spiral, and all according to Keikaku, her teammate takes a shot at the Tempest, forcing it defensive again. She slots in on their 6, and she won't fall for the same trick twice. She pulls the throttle back to idle, and saddles in on the Brit's 6 o'clock. She waits for a clear shot, and fires. The Tempest's wing is ripped clean off.
But the fight isn't over yet. She turns around and re-engages the F-82. However, the pilot decides they'd rather be fishing and goes for a swim instead. The last remaining threat is a Spitfire, just what the doctor ordered. She climbs to line up a shot and fires. But miraculously, the Spitfire flies through the wall of bullets completely unscathed. Flat turns around and lines up a second shot, this time aiming slightly too low, and she misses again. However, all of the maneuvering the Spitfire has to do to dodge the angry guns of their attackers has caused them to slow down, leaving them easy prey in the two-circle fight. Flat turns into the Spitfire and rips around the circle, quickly gaining on her adversary. The Spitfire dives in an attempt to recover their energy, but it's too late. The Brit has to pull up to avoid hitting the trees, and Flat is ready for the shot.